quick intro on us, Speedinvest, for those that don't know us yet well. So we are a pan-European VC firm, originally based in Vienna. Now we have 5 offices across Europe, 1 also here in Paris, and then we have London, Berlin, and Munich. We are, generally speaking, an early stage investor, so we invest in pre-seed and seed companies with ticket sizes generally ranging between 200K and 2 million, depending a bit on the company and the stage. And we also invest across different vertical teams. So one is our team, which me, Jeroen, and Max are representing today, the marketplaces and consumer team. And then we have others based on the vertical. So we have SaaS, fintech, digital health, industrial tech, and deep tech. So we cover a lot of different topics. Since we were born, let's say 11 years to now, we invested in more than 250 companies, of which more than 50 are marketplaces businesses that we can see in the next slide. So this is a snapshot of a portion of our portfolio in the marketplaces and consumer team. So you can see that we like marketplaces, we like to invest in marketplaces, and we also want to continue doing so in the future. However, why do we like marketplaces? Generally speaking, we believe that marketplaces are and will be increasingly relevant in our everyday lives. As an example here, we can see a transition of about 20 years in life. If we take an average person in the beginning of the 2000s, generally interaction with online marketplaces were rather seldom, maybe buying something on eBay every couple of months or organizing a trip on Expedia once or twice a year. However, if we fast forward to today, the average consumer, also represented by any of us, generally interacts with some sort of marketplace every day, starting from, I don't know, listening to music on Spotify, watching a movie on Netflix, ordering an Uber or food from Volt or any other delivery service. So we can see how marketplaces have become increasingly relevant in our everyday lives and also part of our habits every day. However, going forward, also in the, let's say, the evolution of the marketplaces, we can see how they've not only become more relevant, but also more specific. So if we start again with an example of about 20 years ago, so the 90s or even the early 2000s, we can see that most marketplaces were rather horizontal. Like, for example, eBay or Craigslist were more, let's say, generally offering a wider set of products to also a wider set of customers. While instead today we have so many marketplaces that offer very specific services. So for example, we have AutoOne in automotive, Airbnb for travel, and so on and so forth. So we can see how marketplaces are not just more in terms of number, but also way more specific and addressing a specific need that we might have in our everyday life. Following on this, however, to become more specific and also differentiate themselves from competition, marketplaces are not just becoming more verticalized and more specific, but also offering a wider set of services intrinsically within their business model. Here we have an example of not a vertical, but a horizontal marketplace, which is eBay, which differentiated itself from Craigslist back in the days. For example, here Craigslist was just offering a listing of items to be purchased, while eBay decided to curate the offer a bit more, vet their sellers, and also integrate a payment solution. So they also managed to attract more customers, retain customers, and also in the long term win over competition. And this is a trend that we are seeing into different kind of integrations that we can see within marketplaces. Here's an example linking to the example also before within the fintech and payments infrastructure, where we see that marketplaces across different verticals, so Shopify, Lyft, Airbnb operate in very different verticals, but they're all in certain way integrating a layer of a fintech layer or a payment layer to be able to offer to their customers let's say, one-stop shop experience, at least within the payment infrastructure, to also ease their customer experience and retain them for longer. This is the first trend that we are seeing, and now stepping into the second, we can see that another trend that is growing a lot into marketplaces is definitely the rise of the full-stack marketplace, which means that marketplaces are by now trying to integrate as many solutions as they have within their platform, so within their ecosystem. Here, for example, we have marketplaces integrating logistics, fintech-enabled services, communication, and so on. So we can see how marketplaces are really trying to become a one-stop shop for customers to also fulfill all their needs within this specific transaction that they might have within the specific experience and one single experience that they're having with the platform. And these first two also will be addressed into the first two panels that we will have today. Well, instead going into the third topic that we will see, that will be addressed into the final keynote speaking session. We have also the managed marketplaces. Here we're talking about managed marketplaces on the supply side, which is not just about customer supply vetting, which is of course the most known more methods of having a managed marketplace, but also having regulatory controls, payment handling, quality curation, and so on. Of course, this is not needed for every marketplace, but is a good additional layer to be taken into account to integrate into your marketplace for having a more valuable experience also from a quality perspective with respect to a certain kind of customers. So having this intro on the topics that we will touch today into our several panels and keynote speakers, I'm done with my introduction, so I will leave you to the first session. Please don't forget to take the socks and the chocolate that you have as a gift, and on the chocolate there is a QR code that links to our newsletter, so please check it out and subscribe. Thank you.